Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of Generation of Wrestling Podcast. As always,
Yeah.
the 28-year-old piece of gold, the franchise, aka the showstopper, better known as the GOW's resident tribal chief. And with me, as always, I got my tag team partner, my brother, my family. He is the flyest in the room, Mr. 1, 2, 3. Pin that ass down, K Breezy, aka EC's resident Isaac Hayes King. Too cold in the building, bro. What's going on?
Man, what's going on with the people? What's going on with the franchise, man? What's going on? Look here, man. What's up?
Oh, no, just listening. My bad.
No. Sorry about last night. This last minute stuff came up, man. Just couldn't get to the show. We decided, we're gonna make it up today, man. Plus, we know we about to have one hell of a busy weekend, so we got to get y'all as much as we can, as fast as we can. So, with that being said, man, let's kick this thing off, man. CM Punk sitting he's sitting Indian style in the middle of the ring. He's giving us his promo. He's giving us his speech, and he lets us know that on March 6th in Orlando at Revolution, it would be Punk versus CM Punk versus MJF in a dog collar match.
Yeah.
And when he said this and when he pulled it out the box and I'm thinking to myself like, wow, I didn't see that one coming. I was wondering like, damn, what type of match are they gonna have? Now when he did mention the cage, I'm thinking they're gonna have a blood and guts match. Right. I can see that. Now a single blood and guts match maybe, but that looks too Hell in the Cellish. So
yeah,
let's not do that. So let's do something that we haven't done in a long time, especially for this match. So we get a dog collar match. He tells MJF to come out. He shows him a picture of when he got his autograph as a kid, which I thought that was awesome. The MJF being so silent that he couldn't say nothing. Again, this is the second time that CM Punk has left MJF speechless, couldn't even say a word. I loved his emotion on the stage. I thought he did it great. Really sold, me for the match. I'm all in. It's already signed. MJF, CM Punk, dog collar match, Revolution, franchise.
Yeah, man. No, you hit it right on the head. I liked how CM Punk when he came out on the stage and he had the shirt and it said mid, but it was like in the Burberry scarf colorway that MJF is known for wearing. And yeah, man, he came out because see these two, and you kind of wondered when they first teased the rivalry with these two, you kind of wondered, okay, like how was this thing gonna go, right? Okay,
right.
Because at one point, I forget which episode it was. Maybe it was the second or third promo, and we were like, all right, like, all right, they tried too hard to outdo each other, but now it's just like, hey, we speaking from the heart. And when he came out and he brought that picture out. He brought that picture out, like you said, to see MJF, the man that talks so much, be speechless. And you see the look on his face like, damn, you know what? I can't deny, like, I mean, the proof is right here, like in black and white. I mean, I was a fanboy, and he not just saying it, it's true, it's documented. And then, like you said, when you see the emotion on his face, and he like, yeah, for you, that's probably the best day of your life, but for me, it was just another Friday. I'm like, damn, okay, all right, so just tell him how unimportant he was. Okay, because when you think about it like that that made Little Max's day. But to CM Punk, hey man, hey,
it was just another Friday.
$30 in my pocket,
right?
And so to see that come full circle years later, and to see the arrogance and the smugness be wiped off his face, you kind of see a little bit of vulnerability. It was like, what they say, be careful what you wish for and never meet your heroes or your idols.
Yeah,
that's the look he had. He like, you son of a bitch, like I hate you. I really hate you for doing this to me right now. And there was nothing MJF can do. And then, like you said, with the dog collar, man, I think the last dog collar match we saw was rest in peace, Brody Lee and Cody.
Yeah.
I believe was the last one. And that was, bro, that was
wild, crazy in itself. Yeah, that was crazy in itself.
So So now when you tie in the storyline and the hatred between these two, some 15, 20 years later, it's like, okay, they're going to go all out, man. They're going to make this look and feel as personal as possible. So MJF, I'm not too worried about. CM Punk coming back from that injury, that long layover. He's taking some crazy spots. He's taking some bumps. I am, however, a little concerned with the dog collar, with that being on his neck. I as a fan, I want to see it, but knowing his history, it's like I'm kind of nervous. I'm kind of nervous. Knock on wood, nothing freaky happens, but I want to see it because, like you said, I didn't expect that. CM Punk, dog collar, like really? Okay, I'll take it. I didn't expect it, but hey, I'm in.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes this rivalry so great is that little bit of history, the fact that MJF got this picture, or there's this picture of him getting an autograph from CM Punk. So it's like there's something there.
What up,
It's not
Leo?
just made up. What up, Leo? It's not something that just made up, man. It's something that has some history to it. So there's investment into it. And then to see who MJF is now, to see who Punk is now after coming back, and then revisiting who MJF is, and kind of pulling the wool up so people see the real him, and not the facade of MJF that we know to love and or hate. But yeah, man, no, I like that little piece of nugget that's involved in this match, because that really makes you invest. Like, damn, dude, like you were a fan of this guy, you went and got a picture with this dude, and now he's out here talking shit about you and threatening to whoop your ass. What are you gonna do about it? So it's like, yeah, all right, cool.
It's
So
like, what an
yeah, but
asshole! This guy is a piece of
man,
shit.
bruh, like for real. So that's kind of cool, man. But moving on, man, we get an announcement that the AEW Tag Team Champions are going to be in a triple threat match at Revolution. They're going to have two battle royales to name two number one contenders to be a part of that match. We're going to get one next week, and then we're going to get another one the week after, which I like that. That's different. You spread it out. Thoughts on that, man? Just and who are some of the people you might want to see in this match with Jungle Boy, with Jurassic Express?
I mean, of course, you can't forget FTR.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure the status of not Penta. What's my guy? Phoenix. So I'm assuming maybe you got Death Triangle in there. Of course, Proud and Power. Bruh, it's now that I start like listing these names, dude. All right, okay. So I like FTR, but they already won. They had their chance. Okay, give me Red Dragon, maybe. Give me
Best Friends.
Best Friends for sure. I'm trying to think. You know what, man? It's time, bro. I don't really know how it's gonna work because you got Santana and Ortiz. They doing their whole Jericho thing right now. But god damn it, I would love if Proud and Powerful can actually get a tag team championship opportunity. I feel like they
Another
next
one.
up, but
They
I guess,
need another one. Yeah.
but I guess for right now, I think, man, yeah, you got your best bets right now are Red Dragon, FTR, and I don't know what the hell they're doing with Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page. I don't know what that's supposed to be anymore. But
I'm surprised you haven't mentioned the Young Bucks yet.
Okay, so all right, since you brought it up, I'm gonna say it. I was thinking about the Young Bucks. My only thing is I didn't know if it was still too early yet. I feel like they've stayed away long enough, but then again, there really hasn't been too many title reigns since they lost. I think only one. I think only one reign.
Well,
since they lost it.
yeah. No tag team has repeated. There's been no
Yeah,
repeat tag teams. There's only been repeat TNT champions. So far, it's been new champions everywhere on the other titles.
yeah.
But yeah,
I
I
wouldn't mind
like
seeing the
those
Young
picks.
Bucks again, but they had it for so damn long. It's like I don't want to get
Yeah.
tired of them. Because remember, just when we started to get tired of them, they finally lost them. So like, all right, cool. So
Yeah. Yeah, but I think they'll definitely have a hand in who will go, but or they could make it, but between them and Red Dragon and what happened a little later, we'll talk about that. Uh, I can see some shenanigans happening. All right, man. Let's move on, man. So we get our first match, man. We get Bryan Danielson, and he's basically
Mhm.
putting this boy Lee Moriarty in a wrestling clinic. He's just showing this boy, what it is. And yo, Lee held his own, man. Lee Moriarty, man, he held his own. He definitely he showed he's got something. Definitely needs to, continue to work and do what he's doing, but he's definitely got something. He went in there and put on a good match with Bryan Danielson, and you know, BD
Yeah.
did what he do best, man. He showed out. And I know you keep saying he's heel, man. I keep saying nah, he's just doing heelish things. But now I'm on board. I'm
He even
thinking
came out
Bryan
the heel
Danielson.
tunnel.
I didn't even pay attention to that, man. So yeah, he's heel, man,
Yeah.
because he's definitely heel. Great match. I want your thoughts on the match. Because I thought it was a nice
Mhm.
little cool spot when their legs got tangled up and they were flipped over
Yeah.
on their heads and they was hitting each other and Bryan Danielson flipped them over. It was a nice little bit of reversals.
Yeah.
But before we get to Moxley and Bryan Danielson, give me your thoughts on the
Mhm.
match itself.
Doing all the match is really good. I felt like that was a really good way to start it off. I mean, you already teased it, so why keep the people waiting? That's one thing I think
Right.
Tony Khan does really good. It's still kind of a mind fuck because of how not excuse me WWE runs things. Like
Mm,
in WWE, they probably would have made you wait 20 fucking different talking segments. Then at the end of the show, gave you this match in about 10 minutes. But Tony
right.
Khan, he's like, you know what? We're gonna start off hot. We're gonna give you Bryan Danielson at the start of the show, and then like you said, with Lee Moriarty. We already know what Bryan Danielson can do. This is pretty much I kind of liken this to Jungle Boy Chris Jericho, right? Where you knew who was gonna win the match. It's all about okay, let's see if this guy looks like he belongs in the ring with a guy like Bryan Danielson. And I feel like that's what Lee
Exactly.
Moriarty did.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Does he need more work? Absolutely. Can he get a little bit better? Absolutely. But do I feel like he's believable down the line when there's a match with John Moxley or a Jungle Boy or a Kenny Omega? Do I feel like this guy could go in there and look serviceable, look decent? Hell, maybe have a chance at winning? This match proved to me he can. I feel like he really did his thing. Bryan Danielson wanted violence, he got violence. Bryan Danielson, he wanted strikes and kicks and technicality, he got all that and then some. It just so happened that Lee Moriarty fell a little bit short. Overall, though, good match. I'm impressed, and I look forward to seeing more of Lee Moriarty.
All right, bet, man. So of course Bryan Danielson wins. He gets the microphone. He cuts a heel promo on the American public's opinion, which which he got instant heat for it. But like he said, he wasn't out there for that. He was out there to get an answer from John Moxley. And of course, we get that music.
Mm-hmm.
That boy comes through the crowd. The people are going
Wow,
crazy for
dang.
Moxley. The folks going crazy for him. And he basically lets it be known, man. Him and
Yeah.
Bryan Danielson, they have known each other for a long time. They've had history. His first
Mm-hmm.
match was against Bryan Danielson after a snowstorm. He showed up. They had a match. Bryan Danielson won. And they've had other matches in WWE and other companies. And he has
Yeah.
never beaten the Great American Dragon. But he was very tempted to what the words were that he spoke 2 weeks ago. And now, you know, it got Mox thinking like, okay, you're making sense, but why do you want to do this? Are you doing this because
Right.
you're really committed to what it is you're saying? Or is it that you fear the guy John Moxley that no one wants to stand in the ring and be against? So I'm like, oh, good point. Great point. Excellent point.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
But like he told, but Mox let it be known. He's like he respects him and he does understand, but he's undecisive, and he's gonna leave it to Bryan Danielson to let him know which one it is. Do you fear me, or do you really think that you can that me and you can really shape this company to and leave a legacy behind of greatness? Franchise. I need your thoughts on that, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So both men made very compelling arguments. Like, I didn't know I wanted to see a John Moxley. I didn't know I wanted to see him in a tag team again. And then a tag team with Bryan Danielson. Yes, please. But he's true. He said, before I can stand, Mox said, before I can stand with a man, I gotta know, man.
You
Man,
can
you gotta
bleed with
fight
him.
first. You know what I'm saying?
I can
I gotta
bleed with you in
stand
the
against
ring.
you. Yeah. I gotta stand against you to know I can stand with you. So I thought that was cool. I mean, hey, code of the streets, right? Fight for your respect. It is what it is. You're gonna win some, you lose some, but at the end of the day, do what it do, duke it out, shake hands, keep it moving. So yeah, man, I'm very curious because Danielson, you wanted violence with Moriarty? Okay. Well, John Moxley's the epitome of violence. New Japan, GCW. I mean, hell, if ECW was around, his ass would have been in there throwing them bows with Sandman, Sabu, and everybody else. So, yeah, you want it, you're going to get it. And Leo said, man, he believes it's going to be a bloodbath at Revolution between the two. Hey, if these two get into the ring, it's going down. It's going down. It's going down.
Leo. That's why you the AEW correspondent, man, for the GOW,
Yes,
baby.
sir.
That's why you are who you are, man, because you're reporting the facts that seem so true. And that's what I was getting ready to say, man, because I can see Bryan Danielson saying, okay, you say in order for you to really trust a man, you gotta bleed in the ring with him. All right, then, me and you, Revolution, and I'm gonna prove to you that I'm not scared of you. I respect you. And I believe that me and you can do this. And if I gotta fight you in the ring to do it, then so be done. So check, yes, please. That's another match. So now that's 3 matches right there off top that I want to see at Revolution. Like there, you already made me okay. I want to see this match because if I'm going to get a John Moxley versus Bryan Danielson, oh man, this is going to be. And these aren't 2 guys, and I want folks to feel different of it because I know there's going to be folks who feel different of it. You're not going to get the version of these 2 guys in WWE. Those guys were handcuffed to do a certain match a certain way. These guys in AEW, they're not going to be handcuffed. They're going to go 100% full throttle, and you're going to get who they are truly and not what you thought you saw from them before. So I know, man, I need them to make it official. I need Bryan Danielson to come out next week and challenging them. That just they need to do that. This is a pay-per-view because you can have this match and then still do the tag team after it. Like, okay, I bled with you. Regardless of who win or lost, I bled with you. Now what do you say? Now I'm proving to you right now. I'm not scared of you. I want to partner with you because I believe in what I believe in. What do you say now?
And then you put them 2 as a tag team. I mean, dude, you talk about somebody that's legit. I can't see how you can give them a mediocre tag team run. You put them 2 as a tag team, they're going to win the chips and they're going to elevate the young guys because they're not going to put a whole bunch of fucking veterans in tag team matches against those 2. Those 2 are as veteran as they get. You're going to put a whole bunch of the young kids in there. You're going to put, members of the Dark Order. Like I said, Red Dragon, they're veterans in their own right. Again, Jungle Boy, again, proud and powerful, even though they're veterans, but still, relatively, young compared to, those 2 in the wrestling respect. But yeah, dude, hey, like you said, you can fight it out now and you can still do the tag team because people want to see them 2 duke it out. Yeah, it'd be cool to see a tag team, but we want to see y'all fight first.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. All right, man. So we gotta wait for that because I don't even want to keep talking about it because I'm getting excited and I need confirmation first and then we can move forward on that. Right. Next up, man, we got Keith Lee, man. He's talking about his debut. Of course, advancing in the face of the Revolution match to get the top opportunity at the TNT Championship. Then next up, man, we got a face of the Revolution qualifying match. And man, I got to say right now, after watching that promo and then seeing this next guy come out, man, if Tony Khan has got Wardlow versus Keith Lee in the finals of this match, my God, you bastard, you.
Good googly.
Oh, you bastard. But to not take away from my boy credit, Masscaster went up against Wardlow in this match. But man, that hit like, Keith Lee versus Wardlow at Revolution. Oh, dude, I didn't even know I wanted to see this match. I didn't even know it was a match I needed to watch. Okay. All right, but but I don't want to get ahead of myself. But I just wanted to throw it out there.
Yes.
Wardlow versus Masscaster. Yo, okay.
Yes.
The Acclaim. Speaker
Talk
on
to me.
beats.
Speaker on
He's
beats.
getting better. He's getting better. He
Uh-huh.
was speaker on beats. He wasn't a talker over music or over sound. He was a
Right,
speaker
right,
over
right.
beats this week. Getting a little better. But the one thing I like about the Acclaim, I like them as a team, but I like that they do a lot as single stars. They're not just
Yes.
guys that shine as a tag team. These are two guys that can hold their own in regular is singles matches. So you always get Anthony first, or you get Mass, and they always seem to do well. Um, I like that Tony's giving them TV time. He's letting them grow and get that. They're not losing as a tag team, so it doesn't hurt their tag team rankings. But to have some singles matches where you get an opportunity for something. And this was a qualifying match, but I thought it was cool that Caster got to go out there with Wardlow and not get totally squashed, but do
Right.
what the Acclaim does best, and that's try to cheat the win. But Wardlow, he overpowered, he got the victory. But that's what I do like about the Acclaim, though. I like seeing them as a tag team now. They've grown on me. They definitely got something in the ring, but also seeing those guys go one on one with other people, I definitely like that more. And I think that's what makes me like them even more. Because I think that I like them singles more than I like their tag team. So
Yeah,
with
yeah.
that in the match, bro, what you thinking?
I mean, no, I agree. I agree 100%. I think I said that as well. I like them as a tag team. I know I'm talking about shit. The gimmick is whatever, but who cares?
Right,
As far as the tag team, I like them, but individually, I like them even more because you have so often you have guys who look good in tag teams, but then when they go one on one, it's always one that outshines the other, right? To
right,
me, I
right,
feel like they're both equally yoked. I feel like both of these guys can go out and they can either be the guy you squash or they could be the guy you have a competitive match with. Either way, they still look solid in the ring. Anthony Bowen, he had a match a few weeks ago against Bryan Danielson. I believe that was at the request of Bryan Danielson. So the fact that Bryan
right.
Danielson is requesting to wrestle you, come on, man. Who the fuck am I as a spectator to sit there and say, oh, nah, this guy don't deserve it? Nah, man, that's one of the best in the world saying, hey, I want to work with you. I see something in you. So yes, Max Caster, like you said, he did his thing. Wardlow, of course, he's gonna win. It's Wardlow. I would say that
Right.
Wardlow is the most babyface heel I've ever seen. I tell you what, Tuco,
Because
when Tony,
we're waiting for him to powerbomb MJF. That's all we're waiting for. We're waiting for that powerbomb or that mean clothesline or just something. Once he does that, dude,
I'm gonna
he
tell
is
you,
going to be so over.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. Mark my words. When Wardlow finally turns face, he will be
Man,
he will be if not the second most, I'm gonna give him probably the third most over face in the company. And the
I
reason I
think he,
say that, and I say that because he's a homegrown guy. People kept bitching and complaining about, oh, well, the only, super over people they got are former WWE people or people from New Japan. No, this guy is homegrown as fuck. When he turns face, when you see that he basically went from a fucking lackey, a flunky, to where he at now, bro, yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah,
he a
yeah.
Cleveland boy.
Yeah. We gotta give him props for that, but
Yeah,
we gotta be fair too. And no, is Warlow a great technician? Nah, not by any means, man. But the dude knows how to work the ring, and he doesn't come off as a chump. We get
yeah,
used to those big guys that are powerful, but then they show a chink in the armor. Warlow's been consistent. He's powerful, but when there's
very.
somebody where there's someone of some respect,
Mm-hmm.
in the ring with him, they hold their own, and it doesn't look too stupid. It's not always perfect. Don't get me wrong, it's not always perfect, but it's serviceable. It's something you can
Yeah,
you can you can overlook a little bit because you can understand things, but you can look at the overall and be happy with it. Um,
right.
so I can always be happy with an 80 to 85 or 75% of a good match compared to a 50 to 49, 45. Nah, man, that's too many mistakes. Nah, your
He
percentage
said
is
2 minutes.
yeah. I need your percentage higher because when your percentage is higher, that's what brings on the more of the attention. So, uh, but yeah, man, good match. Sean Spears just a fool. He lets all the shenanigans happen, and then when the match is over, then he beats them up with a chair. Like it's just
Right.
like, dude, I wonder where they're going to go with Sean Spears eventually.
Leo says definitely not an almost. Damn, man.
Yeah, no, man, he's right. He's right, man. Almost just, almost as bad. Like at least with Wardlow, man, he was a bodyguard. He didn't wrestle as much. But with almost, like, he didn't really do much. He just stood there. Like, he didn't really work a lot to get better and to be, to pick up a quickness or to be used to moving around and on how guys move. He's so green. He's not even green. He's negative green. Like he is so the opposite of what green like he's literally just a look. Wardlow is Vince McMahon's wet dream, dude. That is Vince's wet dream right now. Like, dude, when
that is fair.
So that but all right, man. Let's move on, man. Britt Baker cuts a promo in the back. Apparently, my wife is back on. Those going crazy. Britt Baker's cutting a promo in the back. She's talking with Mercedes Martinez. They're getting ready for the Thunder Rosa match. Then we got the OG from Cobra Kai, Martin Cole, the sensei, showing up. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. I didn't realize. I was looking at Britt Baker's shirt, trying to figure out what it was. I'm like, damn, that looked familiar. Then when she opened it up, I'm like, oh shit, she got the Cobra Kai on bet.
Right.
Well, we got that. Well, of course, Mercedes. She made her threat the way she did. Then next up, man, we got Adam Hangman Page. The champ comes out, Tony Schiavone, putting over the accolades of what the man's done so far. And while he's in the middle of talking, we get Adam Cole, baby, coming down to the ring, letting it be known that, hey, you got to give respect where respect's due. I'm paraphrasing, right. But and he respects, Page, but they have a reminiscing down, they have an old reminiscing memory down at a reminiscent lane. That's how I was trying to say, of past things, friends, decisions, and little stuff like that. They have a war of words, and when it comes down to it, man, it's Adam Cole basically letting them know he's coming for that championship.
Yeah,
and it's going to be him versus Adam Cole 1-on-1,
mano.
And he leaves the ring, but of course, Red Dragon comes out to beat him up. Cole goes back. They all beat him up. We get security. We get the Dark Order. And then we get 10 out of nowhere just going berserk and just start beating up the security guy. All right, he just started going through all the security guys. And then I guess he started pointing at Adam Cole, which led to later on where we were told that it would be Adam Cole versus 10 at this Friday's Rampage. So with that being said, Franchize, your thoughts on the potential Adam Cole versus Adam Page?
Well, I just want to say something because I'm looking at your banner right there at work yesterday. I got unfairly called Darius Garland, and I didn't like it. But
man, you should have took it and ran with it, bruh. You talking about, man? You're like, yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, bro, you should have took that, bro.
Hey, dude, so I came through. We not got the mask on, but I got the hair, and I didn't realize. Okay, bro. So I didn't realize when I initially got this style that Garland and Morant both got this style. So,
man, everybody got that style, dude. I mean, everybody's got dreads. Well, not me, but everybody's got dreads, man. Shit,
they talking about with the pony with the hang at the end.
Oh,
so dude came in through the thing, and he like, "What's up, Darius?" And they like, "Hey, he do like Darius Garland." I'm like, "Your mama like Darius Garland."
Hell no, you fool.
Hey, those filters on what's that on TikTok where people do the thing and they do the filter of their face and they show what they look like?
Did you do one? And it was Darius Garland?
Nah, I'm scared. Oh. I'm scared. I'm scared to go turn me into Darius.
Hey man, shit, you might show up, man. Shit, go show up. And they might announce you can come out for the All-Star game, man. Shit.
Hey man, put me on the 10-day, coach. But nah, go.
You a fool. You a fool.
No, I'm sorry. What was you talking about?
Nah, I done forgot, man. You brought that up. I done totally lost my spot, man, where I was at. I know where we finished, but I know where we about to go next, man.
I'm
You
sorry.
do.
I apologize. Oh,
Hell
10. You
no,
talking
man.
about 10? 10 whooping ass. 10 whooping ass.
Oh yeah,
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 dude.
yeah. And yeah, so him
I
and Adam
was
Cole gonna
lost.
fight Friday.
Yeah, I was lost on that 10. What's wrong with you? Like, who pissed you off, bro? Like, why are you beating the security up? What they do, bro?
I
You need to
mean,
start.
what right? And then toss
You
one of
were
them
Brock
dudes
Lesnar.
out the hell out the ring. Right. He just went crazy with it. But yeah, man. So, we gonna get that Adam. Oh, I had asked you, what is your thoughts on Adam Heyman Page potential of that Page versus Cole?
Okay, yeah, really quick. I'm gonna make it quick because I know kind of bullshitted with that statement, but I'm looking forward to it. I liked how Adam Cole said, "Yeah, whenever we're in the same company, you've always been referred to as the other Adam or the lesser Adam or
Yeah.
something like that." I'm like, all
Right.
right, shots
Right.
fired, shots fired.
Right.
But I will say this: I'm glad because not Adam Cole, Adam Hangman Page, his reign has been very lackluster. I hope it. I don't think it's his fault. It's just the way he's been booked. But I feel like if he beats Adam Cole, regardless if he wins his next defense or loses, I feel like it at least give this some value. So it's some validation to it, some credibility. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I liked how when Cole left the ring after he shook his hand, like something don't seem right. Like Adam Cole ain't gonna shake his hand and walk away. Then he hit that smirk. I'm like, you evil bastard.
Of course, man. Of course. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, beating Omega, going through the battle with Bryan Danielson, and then fighting Archer in the Texas Death Match, which was pretty good. I don't feel like it was lackluster. I feel what was lack is the fact that he wasn't there as much. Like when you know
Maybe
what I'm
that's
saying,
what it is.
it
And
was
we
the
got
fact that
spoiled with Mox.
right. We got spoiled with Mox. We got spoiled with Kenny Omega because he showed up. He
Yeah.
wrestled. He was always there. So we got spoiled with seeing those guys on a regular. Where we have to remember, Paige did just have a baby, so he is being at home a little more. But and we might get a promo from him here or there. He doesn't really wrestle until he actually has a match to wrestle for the championship. So and I feel like there's just a lot of time where we don't see much of him. We get so many other people, but how do you not ever mention champion? So
Right.
yeah, I think that with Page, it's not that he had a lackluster run because he beat Omega, he beat Bryan Danielson, and he beat Archer. Okay, now it's a setup for Adam Cole. It's just a time frame from when he has a match to the next time he has a match, and then what's the interaction between that? It may be 2 weeks
Right.
before he does something else, and then we may see him again. I don't know, but I feel like that's kind of what it is. It's not his matches because he's going after tough people. I mean, Bryan Danielson, you saw what that was, and you saw what it was with Lance Archer, and we know the history
Right.
between Kenny Omega when he beat Kenny Omega. We were pumped because we felt it was definitely the right time for it. Now we're getting Adam Cole, so it's like he's fighting top tier people.
Yeah.
I can't really complain about that. You can argue Archer if you want, but I figure Archer's just crazy. So he's acceptable because he's crazy. But
Hey, the way you did your hands like a little kid, he's just nuts.
he's just nuts. But with Cole, we got somebody a little bit more serious. I mean, it is, man. It is what it is, man. You're a fool, though. I appreciate you. All right, man. So we got Jake Hager.
Yeah.
We got Jericho. We got Proud and Powerful. We get Eddie Kingston coming down with that
Yeah.
grin. Man, bro. Obviously, Eddie Kingston's got a hand in what Santana and Ortiz is saying. Now, don't get me wrong. I understood. I get the point of it. And I guess my thing is I'm thinking too logically on it. Okay, so my thing is they're upset because they don't feel like they don't get enough opportunity to be tag team champions. I question that because I can understand when Jericho at the early part after he had just lost the AEW championship, he was thinking about being in a tag team, going after the tag team championships. I can understand that. because that was still the building phase of AEW. Like he had just lost the championship maybe a few months after AEW had started. Like he'd been there long enough, and then Moxley won. But
You're right.
at that same time, Santana and Ortiz were doing a lot of stuff. They were doing that stuff for Jericho. Like they had valid points. But when it got to a point where Jericho was doing more single stuff,
Mhm.
and Santana and Ortiz were obviously the tag team, and Sammy was obviously moving on towards other things, and Hager was dealing with the MMA. Yeah, I did question
Right.
why we don't get to see Santana and Ortiz more often. I always felt that was a booking thing or it was an injury thing, but it also had to remember COVID happened, so people were there,
Right.
people weren't there. So that kind of played into the time frame of when we didn't see a lot of Proud and Powerful. There was a moment where we were questioning, yo, where are these guys at? But then there was a minute where they were there
Right.
for
Right.
a long length of time, like the stadium stampede and all that. They did all of that, but when it came to the tag teams, it wasn't always because Jericho was doing something else and they needed to be involved. But after they did the
Mhm.
pinnacle stuff, after they had their
Right.
one opportunity, where were those guys at and why weren't they in the mix more? Like I feel like, and that only had nothing to do with Jericho. When Sammy was getting ready to take off, going towards the TNT Championship, where was Proud and Powerful in the tag team division? We were all, so where were those guys at? Where were their, what were y'all doing? I'm thinking too much of it, but I feel
No,
like
no, no.
they have the point, but I
You
feel like Jericho's purposely not using that on them, which
Yeah,
makes sense.
I feel like, well, I don't feel like they are. They're projecting, right? They're putting their shortcomings and their faults on the back of Jericho. Because at the end of the day, when you think about it,
Why'd you say
Santana,
hi?
what up? Sammy Guevara. Nobody bitching about Sammy going out doing his solo thing. Ain't nobody bitching about Sammy being a multi-time a TNT champion. Ain't nobody bitching about Sammy going solo. But now all of a sudden this Chris Jericho holding you guys back. When Chris Jericho has basically spent the last 5-6 months on commentary, for the most part, putting over other people matches. So it's like, come on now. That excuse is old. Like you said, at the beginning of AEW, when Jericho was losing world championship titles at Red Lobster or wherever the hell he was at, you could sit there and blame him. When Jericho was part of the six guys, you could blame him. But now it's like, bro, I mean, come on, y'all got to go out here, y'all got to do the work, y'all got to get it in. You can't blame this man. But I understand you playing on, the Jericho Kingston feud, which
Right,
I can't.
right.
I Again, Eddie Kingston is another. I mean, he's wrestled, he's made a name before he got to AEW, but I feel like he's more of a household name now because of AEW and all his other
Mhm.
stuff he's doing with mental awareness and stuff like that. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want to see Jericho versus Kingston. It's a
Oh, it's
weird,
happening.
it's a
Oh,
it's
it's
a
happening.
weird match, but I want to see it. Like I would pay money to see that match. I don't know why, but I would.
Oh no, it will because so okay. So like I said, I'm thinking too much of their reason for being upset at Jericho, and Jericho actually having a point of, yeah, you guys had the one opportunity, but you didn't do anything after that to get back to having another opportunity. So it wasn't always like you could say, yeah, the pinnacle stuff happened, but there were moments in time where you and FTR were going back and forth, but and y'all were winning, they were winning, but you got hurt, or people got hurt, or other stuff happened, but you were gone, you weren't on TV. And I know you don't mention the personal life too much. You stick to the script of the
Mhm.
of the TV. So, but I get where also Jericho's kind of being heelish about it. So it's like he's using the I'm the reason why you're this. You should be grateful. So it makes him look like a douche, but it's like, but you have a point to make where I think you can make Santana Ortiz question what they're doing, thinking that Eddie Kingston is really messing with him, or really buy into what Eddie Kingston is thinking and saying, and just really think that Jericho's just full of shit, and they're
Right.
just going to blame Jericho. That way, that's their out for them to kind of be of a more of a heel tag team. Like I don't know where side of the fence they're going to jump on that, and I think that maybe that's what it is. Like I want to excuse me, I want to know, like, is this going to be a heel faction, is face fact, like where's Jericho going? Like, is Jericho doing this to put them over, but why does he have to be the bad guy when, like we said, Jericho hasn't been doing anything to interfere with anybody. If anything, he's been trying to be a helping hand. When 2.0 did what they did to Kingston, they had did that to Jericho.
Right.
So Jericho, of course, got back at him. Kingston didn't have to get mad about it. Like, dude, like they didn't. Okay, I can understand you not me wanting to care to help you, but they jumped me too. So I got an issue. I got an issue with them too. So it was like, it is what it is. But again, I understand their reasoning to a degree because Kingston's just being crazy. Like, dude, I ain't trying to be best friends with you, but we got common enemies. So, it is what it is. But he's a loner. He doesn't want Jericho's help. He can handle it on his own. And Santana and Ortiz trying to be in the middle of it to mend it wasn't an issue, but yeah, Jericho taking the total blame for Santana and Ortiz not being tag team champions. I just don't fully buy into it. But yeah, it is. Oh man, I wish I'll stop. It is. But it is. I guess somewhat interesting to see which way they're going to go with them. Obviously, they're going to bring back a LAX to AEW with Kingston, Santana Ortiz. So I'm cool with that. And if you got to do this with Jericho to put that over, cool.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm just logically thinking of it too much. It's like I just don't like the way they're telling it because it's like there's holes in it for me. But like I said, I'm thinking too much into it.
Nah, man, that's what we do. We think. You know why? Because we are pontificators of the Generation of Wrestling podcast.
All right, man. So we got other stuff to do. So we're gonna get through this here, man. Look, Martinez versus Rosa. I gotta tell you, man, it was better than the last match, but I still wasn't impressed. I just felt like there was no. I thought maybe it was because it's been a while, or they needed a match or two, but I felt like just really just no chemistry between these two. I mean, it could have just been me, but and the whole thing with Britt Baker and the Cobra Kai finish him, like that was cool. It was also kind of obvious, but I guess now Thunder Rosa and Martinez is gonna team up. They're gonna be the Latina sisters, and then they're gonna go out there and whoop ass. I guess I don't know, man. But I like both of them. I thought the match was cool, better than their last one, but I still felt something was off about it. And maybe I put too much pipe into it because I thought street fight. I will say this: the table spot. I hate AEW's tables.
I don't know what's up. I've never seen that many tables that don't break. Like I know they getting fucked up.
Man, I really hate their tables, man. It broke at for Thunder Rosa, the way she hit, it looked like it. I mean, for Martinez, she just slid down it. she really just laid back and just slid down it. But Thunder Rosa caught the brunt of it, at the end of it where it broke. But yeah, I don't know, man. It just felt a bit off. I did like Thunder Rosa's Kill Bill outfit. Thought that was cool. Thoughts on that real quick, man, before we get to for the main event.
I mean, my thoughts aren't really on the match so much per se, but it's what happened after the match. I feel like, the whole turn for
it was obvious.
Baker, it was too quick. It was way too quick. Like you literally brought Mercedes. If you're gonna bruh, why would you have Martinez come in as a hired gun for Britt Baker for fucking 2 weeks to beat up on Thunder Rosa, who's somebody that Britt's had an issue with for years, just to sit up there and fucking turn Mercedes that fast? Like, bro, she just got there. Like, goddamn. Like, it was just that,
But I'm nitpicking. No, I feel you. I guess the thing there is, but if she was a hire, like she brought her in just to do a job. So, but she told her if you ain't do it, it's gonna be a problem. So it was like there's no real seriousness for me. It wasn't like with Hager. Hager obviously is a part of the group, but with Martinez, it really was just, hey, because who you are, come in and do this for me. That's kind of what it was to me. So them turning on her, if anything, it was just obvious to me, and it didn't really it wasn't a big thing, so I can feel where it's like, for me, it just didn't matter. But I kind of
Yeah.
knew it was coming, so it just well, whatever. It was a thing. It happened. All right, man. So next week, real quick, we're gonna get House of Black going up against Pac
Yeah.
and Penta. We're gonna get Jericho and Kingston in a face-off, which is gonna lead to a match at Revolution. So that's probably another match added to Revolution. And then, of course, we're going to get the first round of the tag team battle royale match for the number one contendership to be in the triple threat tag team match for Revolution. Then, of course, at Rampage this Friday, we're going to get Cole versus 10, Jay White versus Trent. And then, of course, in the face of Revolution match, we're going to get Dante Martin versus Hobbs. Man, man, I don't know about that one. I want to see that match, but I'm not sure who I want to see win because I know who I think should win this time, but man, I have a feeling they're gonna do something I'm not gonna like, and I'm not. I don't know. I'll wait till we get there. But bro, any thoughts on those matches before we get to the main event?
Nothing but the fact that I'm ready to see him because AEW's on fire. Hey Leo, for you in fuego.
Hey, baby. All right,
Yeah.
now not Dante Moore. Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, TNT Championship. Sammy's never beaten Darby Allin. Bro, what's your thoughts?
I liked it. 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 I mean, you got two guys, man, who are homicidal, suicidal, genocidal maniacs, man.
Mhm.
Spot monkeys, sure. Call them what you want. They're spot monkeys.
But
But
a lot of in ring wrestling too. A lot
I
of in
was
ring
just
in this
about to
match.
say, they can wrestle their fucking asses off. So let's not get it
Most
twisted.
definitely.
Yeah, they do spots because they can do the spots. They don't do spots because they need to do the spots. Let's get it
That's
twisted.
all they can do. No, that's not
Yeah,
all they can do.
I've seen Sammy have a very technical match. I've seen
Oh
Darby
yeah.
have a very
Oh,
technical match.
very. Him and
So
MJF.
yeah, exactly. So these guys they can take it to the mat when they need to, but they're using what they do best, which is high flying. This match was
Hmm.
good, and it also helps that these two are similar size. So some of the moves looked a lot better when they did it on each other as
More
opposed to
believable.
doing it to bigger guys. Just because I mean, come on, man, it's simple physics. But I liked it. Good match. Okay. I understand why the finish happened the way it did. I just wish they would have let my dude Sammy beat Darby clean, but I guess you don't want to make Darby look weak, so you got the interference from the AFHO, whatever the hell they are now. So I get it because they trying to. But I just wanted my boy to beat him clean. I didn't need the interference because it ain't like Sammy needed it. Darby's smaller than
But
he is.
this is wrestling. You got to have that asterisk of over
Yeah,
in a match where it's like, yeah, you beat me, but you know why you beat me. So let's
right,
run
right.
this run one time, one back, one more time, and so and then we'll get that match. Which again, is this a match we're not gonna want to see again when it comes time? Of course it is. Of course, this is a match we're gonna want to see again when it comes time for it to be on. So that's not an issue there. I have no
Yeah,
problem with it, man. Yeah, but again, but if I'm finna get an Andrade versus Sammy versus Darby Allin in some type of way or fashion, I don't care which order of three people that is, but if that's what I'm getting,
yeah,
I'm on board for it. So let's get that pushing, Tony Khan. Let's if that's Revolution, cool. Let's okay. That's that man. All right, that's about 5 matches. You got about 5 matches. Then I'm now about
hell
5 or 6
yeah,
matches. I'm like okay. I want to see these. So
yes, sir.
Revolution look like it's going to be a revolution in the game of wrestling for sure. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is your AEW review. We gave you about 50
Blah.
minutes. About 50 minutes on this AEW. Know we got to talk about the stuff because the stuff is worth the story. The storylines are thoughtful. They're not just some bumbled bullshit. And
Living la
you
vida
actually get to see
loca.
youth and young and different. And not saying they don't have their weak spots, but as far as this dynamite goes, I give it a 4 just off rip. Good couple of
Very
matches, main
detailed.
event,
Yeah.
good couple of matches for sure. But a lot of setting up, a lot of great setup, and I think that's really what it is for me. For the pay per view, you're starting to announce matches. Is what February? what 15, 16, 17, some shit like that.
Yep.
17
One of
and
them
17.
days. One of them
Yeah,
days.
it's one of them days. It's a long week. It's one of them days, but you got the pay-per-view coming up in about just 3 weeks. So now it's about that time to start announcing matches, and now you've done what you've done with the tag team. You obviously are opening up the TNT championship, the AEW championship. You know, you got MJF and Punk signed, ready to go. We might get a Kingston versus Jericho. So man, look, this card is. I'm putting it in the air what this card may look like. I don't have a problem with it. We look forward to it. But with that being said, man, we got some more stuff we got to bring to you. So we're going to take a short break. After this, we got to get our notes and stuff together to go together to rank these Elimination Chamber matches. We'll talk more about that in the next video. Until then, I am King Tuco. He is your hood tribal chief, the franchise. Man, we'll see y'all in a minute.
Hey, really quick, man. Did you know that Japan had a Chicano subculture?
Why did I let you finish? What is that, man? What is a Chicano subculture?
Hey, man, Leo, man, tell this boy what a Chicano is, man. Hey, we'll talk about this off air.
Hey, see, I knew it. Man, hit that button, man. Hit that button, dude. Hit the button.